Today we introduce how to use Zindan laser welding machine equipment. First, we receive the equipment. We need to connect the power. Our equipment is divided into two types, 380 volts and 220 volts. Differentiate according to our power cord. 220 volt is 3 core. 380 volt is 5 core. Take the example. THs are 3 wires. Lead wire is red. Neutral is blue. The ground is red and green. We must connect the ground wire. Then we connect it to our distribution cabinet. We generally need to connect a 60 ampere leakage protection. Let us connect the cables. On our line of fire, this goes to our neutral. Then connect the ground wire to it like this. Then second step, we need to connect these jacks on the back of our device. This is the argon pipeline for argon access. This is the interface of our wire feeder control line. This is the interface of our wire feeder power cord. Then plug directly into our wire feeder power cord. Then our wire feeder control line is the same. It is 2 holes. Just screw it on. Then here is the air hose. Then install. Then our requirements for welding gas, usually argon or nitrogen. About our cylinders, generally, this flow is opened to 10 to 15. If it is bigger, it can be opened to 20. If the air pressure is too low, we need to replace the cylinder. Installation of wire feeder. The front of the wire feeder is our control line interface. If we use laser welding machine, just pick it up here. There is a power switch on the back of the wire feeder. This is the socket for our power cord. Just plug the power cord directly into it. Let's open it up and take a look inside. This is where our wire spool is installed. This is where our wire feed rows are installed. The 2 red ones are our pressure regulators. Our wire feeder is generally equipped with 4 wire feed rows, 1 argon pipeline, 1 control cable, 1 power cord. So let's do a simple installation now. First, put this pressure regulator on it. 4 wire feed row. 2 as a group. The 2 are exactly the same. Let's take this as an example. We have this number above. Like this, it is 088. If we want to use 088 welding wire, the number is faces outward. These 2 are also the same. It corresponds to one side is 1.2, one side is 1.6. Then we start installation. Rotate the wire feed row to install. Then the other chooses the same. Then our welding wire is 1.6, so the number faces outward. It can be installed like this. Then install our wire feed tube. First, loosen the screws slightly. Then put the end of the wire feed tube from the front. Pass it through here. Then tighten this screw. We need to pay attention to our welding wire. The direction of wire output is below. Pass through here. Then wear it from here to our wire feed tube. and then snap our pressure regulator on it. Our pressure regulator has numbers on it. We can adjust this number to 2 or 3. The two are roughly the same. Control panel for wire feeder introduction. First of all, here is our wire feed speed. If it is running, we click to run. The specific delivery speed will be displayed here. Can manually adjust the speed increase or decrease. If there is no need to feed wire when welding, only for spot welding, we can click stop. It shows free zero on it. Under this mode, when we weld, there is no wire coming out. So let's give an introduction to these controls. First of all, this manual retraction is to put our welding wire slowly back and forth into our wire feeder. This is often used after we weld, can retrieve excess wire. Manual wire feeding. It is often used when we have just finished installing welding wire. If we need to send out the welding wire, press this button. Then if the parameters are saved, we can save a set of our feed velocities, or we can enter the parameters we need. The first step is to click stop. It shows free zero on it. Then the second step, click on the parameter settings. We can see that the parameters are set in this box. Its delay time is now on. Explain that we are now setting the delay time. Delay time means that how long does it take to come out the wire. If it is 0, it means that the wire will be released immediately. Welding starts, wire out immediately. If set 1 second, wire will be issued after 1 second. Then we click the button here accordingly. The second is our wire feeding speed. During the subsequent welding process, if we find a more suitable speed for your plate, then we can add or subtract here, tune to that corresponding speed. Then we continue. This is our recycling time. If our recovery time is 0, then our welding wire will not be pulled back after welding. It's not easy to break the wire, including the extra welding wire, in front of and behind that torch. Under normal circumstances, factory settings value is 2 or 3. After the setting is complete, we click the parameter to save. In this way, the wire feeding speed just now is saved in the device settings. We are now restarting and shutting down. Let's have a check. It is accurate. This is what we have saved in it. Then our operating mode here. Let's make a brief introduction. Continuous wire feeding to T. That means it's weld and feed wire immediately. Stop feeding and welding. Then continuous wire feeding forward. When we press the button, release the button, it will keep feeding the wire. Then we press the button again and it stops. Magnetic position wire feeding. It means intermittent outward wire feeding. Generally, we can use our continuous wire feeding to T